Back out to the Sunset Highway here, coming up the hill from 405 towards the area of the zoo. Without moving that camera, you can see several cars are stalled out here. Just that one left lane is getting by coming up the hill. ODOT is there trying to assist what they can, but again, we've seen a lot of drivers right here on the highway trying to put on chains right now. So it's a little bit too late at this point. Definitely want to be prepared with your equipment and your level of driving comfort in winter driving conditions before you head out there. Again, we've been watching the same spot for close to a half hour, 45 minutes, and several cars have gotten stuck just trying to go up that little slope there from the tunnels towards the zoo. And again, there's a big backup. Can't see it here. It's to the right, heading down the hill from this point all the way back on to 405 because of that situation. Back to you.
Tony, you mentioned in between the tunnel and the zoo on Highway 26. We've got you covered.
Okay.
Ground level.
Yep.
There you go.
That's
right
where we can find one of our reporters. I'm sure she's very bundled up right now. Fox 12's Haley Rush joins us now live right from along there. Haley, how are things looking out there?
Well, we're about half a mile from the tunnel, and it probably took us about 15 minutes just to get here, so about half a mile. And you can see there are cars pulling over, there's cars stalled, and the traffic really is slow right here, barely moving. If you turn around this way, you can see cars are putting chains on. They're having to stop. They're saying, I can't go any further without them. We also saw a tow truck just pull up, which also shows us that some of these cars aren't going anywhere and they need to be towed at this point. So again, stay home if you can. If you don't have to come to this road, actually I'll have Frank, the photographer I'm working with, turn this way. You can kind of see a car trying to potentially get back on the highway right now.
Oh boy.
This is what it's been looking like for a little bit.
Haley, this is Tony.
Yes.
I just want to pop in for a second. Just, by looking at what you see in front of you, how many of these cars do not have any kind of chains on? I know the one in front of you doesn't.
Most of them. I really haven't seen hardly any. And even the cars pulled over, I only see one right now actually putting on chains. So I'm not sure if the other ones are kind of staying put for now, seeing if conditions are going to get better, or like I said, a tow truck just pulled up and at this point they're just having to be towed.
Yeah, and of course the problem there is if you do have to come to a stop and then restart on an uphill slope, if you don't have the proper traction device on your car, you're going to kind of become part of the problem. So Haley, a great vantage point to what's turning out to be a real mess here. Probably the worst we've seen definitely so far this morning anyway. Pete, back to you guys.
And Tony, just stay with us for a second because I think this is important. A lot of people, they do have traction tires. They've got snow tires, studded tires. But the problem is, once again, that if you get stuck behind somebody who doesn't, you're in the same boat that they are, right?
Yeah, and again, the part that really I think is just the most frightening to me is to see people kind of laying on the highway, trying to just now get their traction device situation sorted out. This is not the time to do it. It's so incredibly dangerous, which is why you have to do all this before you hit the road.
All right, that really illustrates the point, the highway conditions right there. And yeah, be safe, folks. Tony, Haley, thank you very much.